All right. Hello, everybody. We are live. It is Wednesday evening. Coach Edens, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Excited to be
Great.
here. I love your show.
Um, I, I just realized we don't have our names showing. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So I have Coach Julia Edens with me on the stream tonight.
And remember right before I said I can't see the comments, I realized it's
Mhm.
because I was having trouble with my contacts, so I only have my right one in. So I can't see the comments because I can't see the left eye. I'm sure they're all wonderful though.
Okay.
I see
Well, I'm going to bring some
Paul.
of them up so we can say hi to people.
Yeah.
So Paul is here. Hello,
Oh,
Paul.
hi, Paul. Nice to see you.
Um, Linda is
Hi,
here as
Linda.
well. Well, they were both here before 7:30. Wow.
I always have to say Linda Flanagan, and I think because maybe it's Mitch that says the full name, so I can never say Linda. It's always Linda Flanagan.
Thomas is here. Target Prime Rib.
Thomas,
Hello.
hello. I see
Free
Donna.
Thinker is here.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Donna Ray, Bacon Runner.
Donna
Hello.
Ray. Awesome. Hi, guys.
All right. If you want, go ahead and say hi in the chat. If you have any questions for Coach Edens, you can ask him in the chat as well. Um,
Well, let me
we should.
give you the update, Brian, because you
Okay.
obviously. So
Yeah.
I was telling you that, oh my gosh, I'm not following you. Like, I didn't realize that. And you're kind of looking at me like, of course you are. And then you said, are you going to stream to your channel? I'm like, yeah, I don't have a channel. And you're like, what's going on? So, my bigger carnivore uh, channel that I put that as private, and I started a new one. And the main reason was I'm 100% carnivore. That's not going away. But the main reason was because my niche for coaching and what I love, and don't get me on a, oh, that's the cat. Don't get me on a tangent, is just working with women over 40, 40, 50, 60. I have clients that are 70, and just focusing on the issues they have. And as a coach with Kilt Health, of course, I still coach carnivore men and women, and then in my own business for my own website. So that's the little change. So if you're a woman over 40, my channel is up 8 weeks. And as of this morning, I'm so excited. I have 159 subs. So it's just nice to have a new channel, slow grow. I don't do live, so that's why I didn't simulcast on it. I just do 2 videos a week and a bunch of shorts, and it's kind of nice. Just get to meet a lot of new people, but I'm
Okay.
still friends with the old, make new friends. So what had happened was there's certain people I just forgot to subscribe to, and I don't use that old handle name, and you were one. So you have a new
Okay.
sub.
So let me see here. So let me put this in real quick. Hold on one second.
What are you doing? Hi, Lance. Hi, Sharon.
Um. Okay. So
There
that's the
we
new
go.
channel.
Yeah, very simple. Yeah. If you
Okay.
if you put if you put it
I
into
am
the old one,
subscribed to it, by the way.
are you a woman over 40? No,
Uh,
I'm kidding.
no,
Lots of men
I'm
are
not.
subs. My co-host on Carnivore Sunday School, John, he's so sweet. John Lispini, he catches a video or two, and it's very sweet. Cracks me up. I'm like, because you're a woman over 40, and John's like, yay, hi.
Okay.
Could we?
So that makes sense then. All right.
That's the
I got
story.
it now.
So, do you know why I said, can we talk about AFib? Because I have a couple of
Mm,
questions.
sure. Let me
You
just say
know,
hi to a couple people real quick and then we can get started with that.
Rick's here. Oh my gosh.
Rick is here. Yes. So hello,
I don't
Rick.
I don't see him though on the phone.
Oops.
That's
Lance
weird.
is here. So hello, Lance. Steadfast. I'm sorry, I don't know
Aaron.
her name.
Aaron.
Okay. Isabel Goyer. Hello.
Mhm.
And I think that's everybody. Okay. So
Oh,
let's.
yeah. That said hi. I think there's like 18 on, but yeah. Have you been following, well, I always follow Rick because I'm obsessed with him. It's kind of weird, weird obsession. But I love the kitty cats. Have you seen the kittens? Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Just, okay.
I don't think he's
Something
a woman
about
over 40 either, but that's okay.
something you don't know about Juliet. I'm weird about numbers. So it's not the number of subs. I'm not looking all that's over. But like if I hit like 148, I'm like, that's annoying. It's two away from 150. So I was like, I just can't look. I'm like, just don't worry about the number. It doesn't matter. But today I was like, that's such an annoying number. Smoothie, hi. I'm gonna have to start doing lives on my channel because Doug misses it terribly. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's where we'll lose the audience, but I wanted to know about AFib. Did you have an ablation to fix the AFib? Did you have to have an
I
ablation?
I did not
I
have
didn't
an
know much.
ablation. My
Oh,
cardiologist was talking about the possibility of that back before I started carnivore because I was having like
right.
2 to 3 episodes a week. Um, but I the only thing that I had done was one time I couldn't get out of AFib on my own, and they did the thing where they shock your heart back into rhythm.
Where
But I
does your
didn't actually
AFib
have any kind of an ablation or anything.
what was your heart rate with like when you had to be shocked?
As long as I was in laying in bed, it was like 140. If I get up like to go to the bathroom or something, it would go up to like 170, 180. So
Mhm.
they didn't even want me getting up and I had to use like a bedpan and that kind of stuff.
Oh, did you? The reason
Yeah.
I ask is because out of the blue, my 32-year-old from Arizona, her husband called. It was a scary moment because we didn't know what the hell was going on, that she passed out washing the car. That's all we understood. The next thing we know was they were shocking her heart in the hospital. They transported her to a local hospital a mile away, and then he was like, they're giving her the shocks. So can you imagine? That's all we knew from text. I'm like, is my daughter dead? And I didn't know. And and then they transported her to, oh my gosh, 5 miles away, one of the top six cardiac hospitals in the nation. And she doesn't have AFib, but her heart rate was over 230 and they couldn't get her
Wow.
out of it. So she had to be shocked 4 times. And including the first one, she was semi-awake, so she kind of remembers that because it was very much an emergency situation because she thought she was having a panic attack and was laying on the cold floor with her husband dragging her to the hospital. But what it is, it's a specific genetic disease. And the reason I asked about ablation, because it sounds similar to AFib, but it's not the top ventricle, it's the bottom. It's where the blood flows into the heart. So it's a little different. It's a specific name. And she's
Is it
probably having
flutter? Is it
mm-mm.
atrial flutter? No. Okay.
No, it's named after a person, like I Epstein syndrome or something. And
Hmm.
only 2% of people in the nation are diagnosed with it that have heart issues. And of that, most of them are teenagers when it's found out. So it's
Hmm.
it's just really rare and it was never found out before. But it was funny. After we calm down, we know she's having the procedure. It should be about a 3 to 6 hour procedure in June. We're all calm and happy. The cardiologist was like, your EKG was just epic. It was epic. I mean, we passed it all around, and he was so excited to see it. And we're just sitting there like, this is so surreal. But anyway, she's going to be fun. We flew out to Arizona, and it was crazy town. But then I got to thinking a lot about you and like how is AFib different? Which he says it's very different, but I don't understand. So who knows? Who knows?
Hmm, okay.
Who's trying to get a heart attack? Oh yeah, Rick.
Oh, that's
Read the
Rick.
comments. Read the comments. Let
Yeah.
me see.
Isn't it strange how the guy who was trying to get a heart attack has not had heart problems yet? Yeah.
So Lance, is the cath ablation? Does that mean for AFib? Was that a short procedure for you? Like, because I understand it's like an hour, and I mean it has to be.
Yeah, I think that's a newer form of ablation if I'm not mistaken. It's a newer way that they do it. Um, so essentially, Lance could probably tell us more in comments, but essentially, what they do when they go in with an ablation is they burn out
Yeah,
spots of the heart that had the signals mixed up, so that
yeah.
that stops happening.
This is one of the two left lower ventricles, and he was explaining why it's different. But you know, I could understand most things, and AI and things like that, but it's the heart is not my thing. I'm really lost in what he's saying because I'm seeing ablations
Mm.
could take like an hour or two for the AFib, but he said three and 3 hours up to six, worst scenario. And I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
not going to worry about it. So
Hmm. I
Neil
don't know.
Armstrong had, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I think he's saying his heart rate was 189, pulse of 189, as he landed the
Oh,
Eagle on the moon under manual control. I
wow.
think that's what
Okay.
he's saying. So he's at
Could you read
189
Lance's
beats per minute.
comment since I don't have my glasses?
Yeah, okay. Lance says, yes, I had it for AFib, was scheduled for 2 hours, lasted 5.5. Microwave nuke tissue to form scar tissue, which prevents false signals outside the sinus node. Yeah. The one thing my cardiologist told me that was really kind of scary to me when we were first talking about it was that if one of the spots that they have to freeze on your heart is like where your heart does its beating, you'd have to have a pacemaker installed.
Yeah, see, now that's
And that was scary to me.
oh, I bet. Yeah, I understand, like, it's really cute. Okay. It's funny now, but he comes in, and we're all, like, waiting for him, and by now there's the 4 of us, my daughter, my husband, her husband, and me. So, he's like family together, and he's called a phys what's he called? Electrophysic physicist, cardiologist, whatever. And, like, we don't know what it means. We're not even Googling it. We just, okay, whatever, the electro da 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 guy. So we don't know what to expect. And he comes in and he goes to the whiteboard and he was explaining, he goes, well, and he started talking and he goes, well, you have this disease, and the disease you have, and he's drawing. And finally I go, what disease does she have? I mean, he talked for 5 minutes. I go, what disease? And my family still teases me. He looked at me like and put me on timeout. He goes, I'm getting to that. And he pointed right at me, and I'm like, okay. So then he goes, and now this is the SVT something, and this, and then here's how you fix this. And we see now that's the easy kind. You don't have the good kind. You have the bad kind. And I mean, this is his bedside manner. And then he goes, see, this is the kind you have. This is not good. This is where the blood goes into the heart. And I mean, the word I so that she was like we're scared. And my daughter like starts, you could tell she was gonna cry, but she didn't. She bawled after he left. And she goes, is this like fatal? Could I die? The doctor, I kid you not, guys. Kid you not. Well, we're all gonna die sometime.
Oh my gosh.
We laugh now, but we all went home in shock. And then, of course, she was upset too because she had her husband pack a suitcase. She was going home because they kept saying, "Oh, this test is good and that test is good." So she's waiting for this electrophysiology heart guy, and yeah, he's like, "No, you're not going home. Sorry." But the next day, they had Now, this is a specialty clinic. It's a heart only. So the nurse has been a cardiac nurse. And she goes, "Oh, his bedside manner is awful. If he weren't so good, he wouldn't be here. I am so sorry." That it, so she got us all calm. And then he came back and he was nice and calm and normal. He's like, "Oh, this is like nothing. Oh, don't worry about it." I'm like, "You could have said that yesterday when you were like, everybody's gonna die." So it was quite the we do laugh now. They're laughing more. I'm always the brunt of the jokes because they still laugh how I was put on timeout by the doctor because I couldn't take it. I'm like, "What's the name of the disease? What is it?" Oh,
So Lance says his AFib heart rate would jump from 25 to 160. It changed every few
oh,
seconds. Tried meds for 2 years before having the surgery. No problem since. So it
wonderful.
sounds like Lance had persistent because like he was constantly in it. Where mine was paroxysmal, which meant that I would go in it and then within so many hours or a day or something, I would go out of it on my own. And I might go a period of time without going back into it again. So
So yours,
he
yeah,
had a
I guess,
different flavor of AFib than I had.
I guess,
Yeah.
I guess what makes hers different, I mean, it has a specific name is, yeah, she was going over 230. That's, and they couldn't medicate, very high and staying high. And that, mm, that was a long time
Yeah,
at 230.
that's really high. I think the highest I ever went with it was about 180.
Maybe that's
So
something that differentiates what the dealio is. So Lance, they gave her the medication that slows her heart, but it gives her really low blood pressure. This is just a bridge to the surgery, of course. So she has to take it. And I was there a couple times, but she handles it well. It's like she feels like she's going to faint, and then she has to go lay on the floor. And it's Arizona; all the floors are tile, so they're cool. Lay on the floor and put her feet like straight up for 10 minutes, like up on the table, and then sit up for 10, and then whatever, sit in the chair for 10. And it's like this whole process. And I'm like, okay. So it's only
wow.
happened. It happened once when I was there. She doesn't panic though, because they said this will happen. Here's the protocol. Who's
Hmm.
Carnomofo? Carnomofo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Carnomofo.
Mofo.
I'm not sure what Paul's saying here. V, but yeah,
Peace,
V.
victory.
There was a TV show called V. Was that like in the 80s or 90s or something like that? Do you remember that? Something with like
No,
aliens or something?
I'm too old. Like the 90s were lost. That's when my girls were little. When I was a new mom, it
Okay.
was like, I don't
So
know
you
what
were
happened.
way busy.
Wait, I could tell you every show of the 70s though. Kathy, hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
V.
Kathy's here.
These were reptiles, he says. Or she.
V were reptiles. Yeah. Okay. Were they like alien reptiles or something though? I seem to remember they were aliens. Yeah. Lance says they were aliens. So they must have been alien reptiles. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Lance. You look wonderful. Carnivore's been wonderful for you.
Yeah.
How did we get to aliens? I guess you want me to change the topic. What would you like to
Oh
talk
no, no,
about
it's
today?
fine. Um, well, I thought that, we could just talk. I could ask you some questions actually,
Sure, ask me
since you're
away.
a coach.
Oh
I will
God,
say that we should kind of do the preface that we should say, right? That
I think I'm a
you're
doctor.
not,
I pretend a doctor,
you're,
but I'm not a doctor.
yeah, we're not doctors. You're not, nobody watching is our clients, that kind of thing. So, you know, right? Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's right. This is.
Okay.
I think my YouTube says like this is for like entertainment only. I'm like, what's entertaining? Nothing. Not medical advice.
Yeah,
Hi guys.
Christy.
Hi.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So I do have a question for you. Um, so and I'm gonna try and frame this so that it works good with people that might be like your clients too, because you said that you specialize in like women over 40, right?
Mhm.
Um, so when a lot of times when we watch videos, to give a
Yeah.
little background to explain this, but when we watch
Oh, I can't
videos,
wait. I already
you
have an
know,
answer.
people people give like this is basically how you should do things, and everybody knows that you kind of have to tailor it to yourself a bit. But my thinking is we're talking about like women over 40, right? They might be starting to
Yes.
get some menopause and stuff like that. Can you
Yep.
explain a little bit of how that can affect how they approach the carnivore diet?
100%. Your timing is so awesome because I have a couple clients. So, first of all, Dr. Kiltz and the way he teaches is 100% right for most carnivores. One meal a day, fasting, optimal. Okay. I'm never going to disagree with my boss. However, I get a lot of women that are either through the Central New York Clinic, so the fertility clients that are looking to go carnivore and read Dr. Kiltz's uh, BEBBIS, the baby's book, where he also, women who go carnivore, have a better chance of getting pregnant and the sperm donor or husband or spouse or partner. So I have those clients as well. The one thing I get all the time with women is I struggle with eating one meal a day, but it doesn't have to be Dr. Kilt. It could be everyone says to eat one meal a day. And that's one of the first things I change with women that are really struggling or stalling, or they want to get pregnant because pregnant women in particular, well, when they want to get pregnant, they're usually 30s. So we're going earlier than my niche, but the extra fat is really good for hormones. And I do talk to them to say, if you go to carnivore really high fat, right, to begin with from a SAD diet, you may gain some weight at first. You may lose it, but you may gain it. So I really prep them to get a feel. Most of them are like, I don't care. I gained 5 pounds, whatever. I just want to get pregnant. So I slowly work to get them, trying the 2 meals a day, having that breakfast and, like the 3 or 4 o'clock. Um, and then older women. So over 50, I'm 62, so I could say older to 70. A lot of times the same thing when they try fasting works great for some women, and some women are fighting it, white knuckling it, but doing it because they think that's what they're supposed to do, that they see online that they're going to lose more weight. And the majority of clients I have, I would say 8 out of 10, not that I have 100, believe I have, 5 steady right now. 8 out of 10 are doing it for weight loss. So that's a lot of what I see. Women will not want to eat the fat because they've been, and I understand they've been restricting their whole life, and it's really hard. Um, and when I talk to them, sometimes they don't know how much fat they're eating. So I learned as a coach to talk in sticks of butter. So I don't know, it works. So we say, okay, forget about the fat in your meat or eggs. Let's look like in terms of sticks of butter, like how many sticks of butter do you eat a day? And I'll often find out they're eating maybe half a stick of added fat to their eggs and 85% lean beef. And, so I kind of say, let's go a little higher, let's get a stick. Let's get a stick of butter or equivalent. So with women, especially after menopause, during after perimenopause into menopause, they usually eat a little more fat. They need more fat, but it's person to person. Um,
Mm.
I often see they'll go up in protein in the first lever, their pull will be fat. And I think that's no coincidence. I just think that's belief in our heads, especially women my age and older, because in the 70s, fat makes you fat. That makes you fat. 2 eggs a week, that's it. Like, we just grew up. In the 80s, you were thin at all costs. You were to be thin, no one cared if you were sick or anorexic. So that's built in their mind. So getting women to eat more fat is a real issue. They still wanna pull the fat lever first. But the other thing I was gonna say is I had a client text me maybe Saturday morning, and say, I just saw this YouTube video and da 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 da, you know. And then I had one today, a different client email me and say, Dr. Berg says I'm not getting enough protein because my nails, she saw a nail video. And, I laugh, but I have to really talk to him and say, wait, wait, wait. You're going to hear a lot. They said, we're working, you're fine. You're getting enough protein. So all the mixed messages, it's cute. Some people, they get so confused. And I think part
Yeah.
of my time is just talking them, just letting them know what they're doing is okay. Let's stick the course and try not to watch so much YouTube. Isn't that terrible? Stop watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Did that answer your
Okay. So
question in 20 minutes or
yeah,
less? Sorry.
no, it does. That's good. So let me ask you another question about fat.
Mhm.
So a lot of times we'll say when it comes to butter, it's best if you can get grass fed butter from grass fed cows, whatever, right? Um, but and yeah, some people will say like, yeah, you should get grass fed, grass finished beef. But let's look at it. That's pretty expensive, right? And it's probably easier for people to just get grain fed beef. But here's my question: would it be better for us to eat a leaner cut of beef and just add more of the grass fed butter? Is that a better fat content for you than getting the fat from the grain fed? Or is that just crazy thought on my part?
I don't think it's a crazy thought, but let me change. It's kind of two things. First of all, and I personally was talking to George. He had a big picanha with a thick thing of fat. And for Juliet, I would cook it with the fat, cut off that fat and throw it away. Hold your ears, everybody. But I would add my own tallow because I can't chew the icky fat. So there's one thing, like I'll eat the lean meat in a sense, cut off the fat, and I'll add my own fat. So I'm getting the fat, it's just enjoying the fat the way I want to. I personally do not buy into the grass fed grass. I bought grass fed for the first year, spent lots of money thinking it was better, it was healthier. The same with butter. I'm just giving my personal opinion. Is it, I buy Walmart or Kerrygold and I buy Walmart hamburgers. That has not, I still have my diabetes reversed, my high blood pressure gone, off my anti anxieties and my IBD. I still have all the healing that I got before when I paid outrageous prices for grass fed.
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to take the Dr. Berry way out. It's not, it might be more better to do it the way you said, add, if you have leaner cuts and add the grass fed stuff. But really, he would say, go stop obsessing over the small stuff. It's
Yeah.
he does this. It may be 0.5% or 1% out of the big scheme. So not something to worry about. And
Okay.
since I was so obsessed with doing it right, and you know, I just got so far away from that that I feel really good. I'm more like Rick. I would take the dumpster chicken and not worry about it. You know, is it fat enough? Is it that? No, it's cheap. It's Walmart. I'm doing good. I didn't grow an extra horn or anything. So I do get that
Okay.
question a lot. And I think, how do you, people, money's tight for a lot of us in this bad
Mhm.
economy. And people, when they're paying for coaching, they're paying, the last thing I want them to do is you go out and buy the more expensive stuff because they think it's that much better or they're doing carnivore that much better. It's like, no, I do carnivore as cheap as possible because I have an Amazon shopping habit that I have to support. So I'm not seeing the comments.
Yeah.
I am
Well
Lady
well,
Pecan.
yeah, Christy, wants your picanha fat, so
There you go. Yeah, I'd give it to my cat. Yeah, Dr. Berg's very, very good. And I hope I didn't suggest he said something wrong. I guess he had a nail video, and she has thinning nails, and she's trying to get pregnant, so she's convinced she's not eating enough protein. And I was like, okay, maybe you weren't, but we're just starting the carnivore diet last week, and you're eating a pound of beef, and I promise you're eating enough protein." So I was just getting at, when people don't understand, there could be some confusing videos. And even though Dr. Berg probably was not talking about carnivore, he's talking about thinning nails, you know,
Mm,
I get a lot of questions about videos.
yeah. Okay.
And I never tell the clients, like, find me or watch my channel. That'd be embarrassing. I hope they don't find me.
What
Although
is
one
that?
did today. It was a guy, and he goes, "Yeah, I looked you up." He's from Boston, so he's just really direct. I really liked him. He goes, "You just talk about women shit." I loved it. He said, "But then I found you on an interview with Dr. Nelson, and then I was excited you were assigned to me." And I was like, "Okay, thanks."
So how many guys do you have as clients? Is it kind of
Um,
split evenly or?
I have no clients males that signed up for Kel's coaching. Maybe that's why.
Mm,
But I I've had about 3 or 4 intro calls with them, and I also meet with people that sign up for the coaching course, the Kilts coaching.
okay.
So I get to meet those coaches and talk to them for a good half hour. I earn a little money for that. They don't pay; it's sort of free to them to talk about the coaching and sort of guide them a little bit along the way. How if they want to become a Kilts health coach, just see some free advice, and then sometimes they just ask me questions. Um, I'll tell you, the men seem to do it's really funny because the guys seem to do great on fasting. I just
Mm,
haven't consider this, ladies that are watching, that you do great on fasting. Remember, they're coming to coaching because they've run into an issue. So that's why, it's not like every woman has issues fasting. Lots of women do it every single day, carnivore or not. But that's some reason women over a certain age have trouble. But the guys, they're like, "No, I fasted for a week." I'm like, "When did you start carnivore?" 2 weeks ago. And I was like, "Was
wow.
it hard?" "Oh, no, no, just fasted." They go, "Right, it's a carnivore." And I'm like, I have told at
Hmm.
least 2 people, "You do not need a coach." In the intro call, I'm like, "But you're doing you're you're doing better than me. You don't need a coach." And sometimes I think people like the intro call because maybe they're not in a community. And I always suggest they get with you, all of us here. Hey, come on, Kel, see the people. I think when you're a lone wolf, they contact coaching to make sure they're doing it right. And I'll tell you what, nine
Mm,
out of 10 times they're doing it their way, but it's just as right as anybody else's way. And they're doing great. And I think sometimes they just want to hear that. And I'm like, "Yeah, you are. You don't need a coach. Here's my email if you have questions, but get in a community."
okay. I I can't imagine doing a week fast. So you said that they'll
Crazy.
fast for a week.
Some
So I
people,
just finished a 72-hour fast, and that's pretty much as far as I've ever gone. That's 3 days.
I
A
fasted
week,
8
that'd be
hours once.
more than double that. 8 hours.
I could not do it. Yeah, and I had a lady the other day. She's doing very, very, very high fat, but and I think Amy would be okay, Amy Perrin, because she's talked about this on Thomas's. She's type 1 diabetic, so she's extremely high fat carnivore. This woman the same way, and she, again, she's doing wonderful. But yeah, the she's like a 3 stick of butter day person, just lots and lots of fat. And it works for her. If you have really something like type 1 diabetes, severe mental anxiety, and well, I had it very severe. My daughter does as well. She's very, very high fat. But again,
Mm,
everybody's different. My daughter's like losing weight on it, and she doesn't need the younger one, she doesn't need to.
yeah. Okay.
What is Thomas doing? I want to hear what Thomas is doing.
Where was his?
PMS. You're not doing protein spared modified fat, are you, Thomas?
What? Where?
I don't know
Where
what
was his?
ADS.
Where?
Oh, that's Lance. Sorry.
A
I only have one contact
spiritual.
in.
Oh, at okay, at Thomas. I am doing
Oh,
ADFMWF
well,
PMSF.
by
That is way too
Monday,
many abbreviations. I have no
Monday,
idea what he's talking.
Wednesday. I think, does he mean protein sparing model? PSMF. Talk to,
Uh,
uh, uh, oh, Sharon's with me. I didn't know why. Oh, guys. Okay. I
hmm,
know carnivores don't burn. This is not a burn. I fell asleep in the
hmm.
sun because you know what, Brian? Everybody, we got to practice what we preach. If I'm telling people get in the sun, the morning sun, the afternoon sun, shut up the electronics, I've got to do it. Else I'm just a liar. So, I got out in the afternoon sun and fell asleep, but I fell asleep for 45 minutes in the bright sun. So you could see I got burnt. But I mean, that's not even burnt.
It doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. Huh.
Oh,
Okay, so
alternate
Thomas
day
says ADF
fasting.
is alternate day fasting.
Okay, what's
So
the other one?
alternate day fasting Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What's PMSF and T/T?
I don't know. If it's
Oh,
Tuesday and
wait.
Thursday,
PM PSMF typing too fast. Fasting Monday, Wednesday,
You're
and
you're
Friday.
throwing
PSMF
everything out there, but you know what?
Tuesday,
Lance
Thursday.
is Lance is a very N equals one. He's very good experimenter. So how do you know which is working the best? Like if you're doing,
Hmm.
how do you know, is it the, well, I guess forget the question. Again, I don't know how to phrase the question. Like so you
Hmm.
don't eat Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? But you eat on
Right.
Tuesday and Thursday, but you're eating low fat. And I assume you're doing great. Else you wouldn't do it.
Hmm.
I think I would be just a ball of like no energy. And
Yeah.
oh, Lance, we should just invite Lance on. Like, so what are you like? Are you doing it for weight loss, for heart health? I mean, you don't need weight loss, in my opinion. So I don't mean to suggest, but like, why are you doing that for? Like, what's the goal? I'm just curious. And I love your experiments. I did. Had my see, I'm like Rick. Rick doesn't fast.
Thomas. Thomas said he did alternate day fasting for about 4 months. Wow.
Yeah, see, now I know Thomas to get type 2,
Hmm.
under control is my, and that's another thing, Thomas, I should talk to have Thomas help me a bit. You run into somebody every so often that they really are strict carnivore and they still struggle with that type 2. It's a real struggle. Um, and really I end up suggesting, I know Dr. Phil works on with has those classes if they join the steak and butter gang and things like that. That's more of a maybe a doctor type of coach, you know, because that's tough. It's a tough one when they're not getting any, you know what I mean? They're not seeing much improvement after say a year. And I
Yeah.
believe them. I believe they're our strict carnivore because the people are pretty honest. When it's one on one, I mean, they're like, yeah, I had a cupcake last week because I don't judge. I'm like, oh, that's fine. You didn't undo all your progress for a cupcake, but don't sweat it. Okay, sardines for healing. Lots of healing left to do. Oh,
Okay,
guys.
so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, he was eating just sardines. Is that what he's saying?
Nope. Yes.
Okay.
He follows Dr. Boz's ratio.
Hmm.
Do you
Okay.
add? I know I used to watch her, but it seemed too difficult for my needs. I guess you could say it. Like, she has added ketones in this and that. And I'm like, I'm so bad. Could I just eat? I just want to eat meat and I just want to eat. Carnivore does not.
Yeah.
Carnivore does not. Oh, no, I
Carnivore
know
does
that
not fix
ball.
everything right away. Yeah.
I know everyone keeps checking on my daughter's colitis. She's been carnivore for 4 months, you know. Has it helped? Not really. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody's different. And, in some cases, you've been abusing your body with the wrong foods for most of your
Mhm.
life. So some
Mhm.
things might take a long time.
Or you may not get there. One thing I'm always jealous of all you guys is story after story about improved eyesight or my glasses, you know, I needed my eyes didn't get worse or yeah, every my eyes keep getting worse and worse every single month since carnivore. So it's
Mm,
not working on my eyes right now. Maybe it will.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Fermented foods are wonderful for you
So,
if you like
yeah,
them.
I'll let you talk
Oh,
about
so
fermented foods and then I'll talk about it because this is something that I've really gotten into lately. So, but I want to hear your take on it.
I mean, there's a lot of feedback that fermented foods are just wonderful for your body. They're good for your gut microbiome. Anybody who has like fears of these crazy bugs in your gut, which you know it's very unusual, but you know, fermented foods are the best for that. I I I like pickles, but I don't eat fermented food for the to apply health benefits, but people that do, we have Rick right here. Rick might speak up. A lot of carnivores actually add fermented foods, and they say they feel a much better benefit, a much better gut system altogether, digestive system. They feel better adding fermented foods. Sauerkraut, um, what kefir. I pronounce it like Kiefer
Kefir.
Sutherland, so I'm
Yeah.
probably saying it wrong because I like Kiefer
I
Sutherland.
think it
Kefir,
technically is kefir. I usually say kefir, but
kefir,
I believe it technically
kefir.
is kefir.
Yeah, things like that. A lot of people, lots of, and I condone adding. I'm like, absolutely try it, absolutely. I think once in a while I'll drink pickle juice, but it's store bought, the Vlasics one, just because it's I love pickle
Mm,
juice. Yep, there you go. And
yeah.
Rick makes his own, yogurt too. How about you, Brian? You eat, fermented
I,
food, right?
I do, yeah. And I found a place that has real fermented pickles too by me. So I've been getting those, and that's pretty good. But yeah, I do. I got turned on to it by watching Dr. Sean O'Mara's videos.
Okay.
And the same thing you were saying about just your gut feeling so much better and so forth. Now, I will say, if you ferment the food long enough, if it's like a vegetable or a fruit or something like that, it's going to lose all the plant toxins and
Yeah,
all the carbohydrate in it. If you're buying it from a store, you don't
careful.
necessarily know for sure how long they fermented it. So you do have that. And if you're really worried about that, just look at carnivore based fermented foods. So aged cheeses, a lot of times if you look at the label, they are fermented to have live active cultures, whatever that's what you want to look for. Your kefir, yogurt, good culture cottage cheese is one that has a really good
Yes.
list of live and active cultures. So there's several of them that you can go with. If you're okay with with going to vegetables, you can do that too. And again, if you're able to ferment yourself, there you're going to have ones that are for sure that you can do it long. You do the fermentation long enough that it's lost all the toxins and oxalates and all that kind of stuff, and
All the bad
the
stuff.
carbohydrate, all that. You could also, if you're kind of worried, like I don't really want to eat like the actual sauerkraut, just drink the juice from the
Oh,
bottle.
yeah, like I do
That's
the
another
pickle
option.
juice.
Yeah, yeah, because
I love pickle.
the microbes are in the liquid as well. Um, so that's another option you can do. But yeah, Rick is really big on fermenting all kinds of foods that he gets, right? All kinds of vegetables and stuff. So of course he said, yeah, he's never had gut issues because he spent carnivore for so long. But
Forever.
he does say that they give him extra energy and he sleeps better. I definitely have seen better energy.
Really?
I think
Have
I've even felt happier with it with
oh,
doing that. And the other thing that I've really noticed is it helps with cravings and getting hungry and so forth, especially if you're going to do a fast.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'll do a fast and I'll just drink like some pickle juice, some of the actual pickle juice from the fermented pickles, because there's no carbohydrate or anything to it, and it's just talking about just a little bit, and that helps if I have a really hungry craving or something. That helps to get rid of the craving, and then I can fast longer.
I'm going to use it as a tip. When I talk to a client, I'll say, "Hey,
Yeah,
my friend Brian."
Rick says he ferments tomatoes and onions, but there's really so many things you can um, ferment. Any pretty much any fruit or vegetable you can ferment, and most of the aged cheeses that's part of the aging process that it's fermented. Um, and again, like kefir, I like to call it kefir, but um,
I probably, like I said,
yogurt.
I think of Keith or Sutherland, so I'm sure I say, I think it's Kiffa. Kiffa. Don't you say it with an accent? Somebody knows. Uh,
I thought that
Maddox.
was just British people. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
talk to George every day, and it's over voice. And some of those British, they have bad words that, like, I would not say when I go visit there. All right, I never get hungry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. What does he say about being your own cow? What?
Where is
Who's a
this?
cow?
Oh, I guess fermenting
Is
is like
like
being
being
your
your
own cow.
cow. Well, when you
Oh,
drink heavy cream, doesn't that sort of ferment in your gut, your stomach?
yeah.
Yours? Yeah,
Um,
it doesn't eliminate. I am not like I think some people really just don't need carbs. Like stay away because they have so much healing. But
yeah.
some days I add it up, and if I sometimes I do have kefir. It's very rare, but if I have that, a few eggs, I mean, it does add up to 10, 15 grams of total carbs. So there are days just not the carbs that come with stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of don't worry. I had
I see that's Linda. So yeah, and I can tell you, like, if you're getting fermented foods from the grocery store, a lot of them still have a very small amount of carbs in them.
uh,
Um, if you do ferment long enough, though, you're probably going to get rid of all of them. And the other thing that a lot of people don't think about is that actually meat and eggs technically have a small amount of carbs. So even though
they
we say
do.
we're no carb, we are
They do.
technically eating a little bit of carb.
That's what I do when
It's
people
just
are like,
that we're
you
not
don't
eating
eat
carbs from
any.
plant material.
Yeah, they say you don't eat any carbs. I just say, well, yeah, I don't eat a lot. I just eat them in beef and eggs and heavy cream and cheese when I have cheese. I don't really like cheese. It's not weird. I think I never liked cheese that much, but I wonder if it's something about my body just doesn't want cheese. Like even before carnivore, like nobody in my family, we talked about this, my immediate family, like I've never even seen you eat a cheeseburger. It's like the only time I would eat cheese if it was on a charcuterie board because I was drinking so much wine because I was an alcoholic that I would eat anything at that point because my sugar would go up from the wine and then all was fair and love and war, whatever was on the charcuterie board, pretzels, cheese. I just ate it.
Mm.
Kefir, kefir.
Yeah, I'm
She's
still
trying
not
to
sure how
tell us
they
how to pronounce it,
kefir,
Sharon.
kefir,
Oh, fear.
kefir, maybe.
Is it
I don't know.
kefir?
I
Sharon,
I
did that sound
still
right?
have no idea. I just say whatever, and people probably know what I'm talking about. Or later, they probably like
I
that guy's an
just
idiot. He doesn't know how to say that.
I just say I'm
So who
from
knows?
Missouri, so I get away with it. Yeah.
So Manix Gaming says, but it won't spike insulin
Uh,
much, right? You got to spike insulin to grow muscle. No.
no, you have enough carbohydrates in your system as it is. So right now, I don't care if you ate zero carbs all week. Your body produces enough, as we call it, carbs or glucose, that it's available right now for your muscles if they're needed. So that's sort of why you not sort of it's we operate on glucose and ketones even if we're in ketosis most of the time and we're carnivore, our bodies still use glucose for certain processes, getting protein into that muscle, and it will through gluconeogenesis or whatever. You really have sufficient carbs without needing to add. I mean, I guess if you're a Jonathan, yeah, there's some argument, eat carnivore, but have some carbs around your training, but those are really bodybuilders. Um,
Yeah.
that's their livelihood. They're hardcore.
But I mean, like protein is the main thing you need for muscles, right? And if you eat
Absolutely.
enough protein, you're going to get a bump in your insulin. You're not going to get a spike like you do with
Gotta
carbs,
get a
and
bump.
that's not what you want. But you're going to get a bump, and that's the natural bump that you actually want to get.
Yeah, enough to drive that protein into the muscle. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know, at the gym,
Dairy.
everybody's like, you have to have the carbs right after you're working.
Yeah.
And even those that are true believers at my women's gym of low carb, like low carb is right, keto is right, they still push the around the workout, take 50 grams of even a product. It's like, it is what it is. I don't need to change the world's mind. Like, you do you.
Yeah.
Both are accepted. Jerry just gave us, we're accepted.
Yep. In English, so she says kefir, kefir, emphasis on the
I thought it was
second
pronounced kefir.
syllable.
I thought it was French.
Kefir, I don't know. And is the most common, while the original Russian pronunciation is kefir. Kefir,
Kefir.
right? Now, I don't even know if I can read these correctly, so I'm
We're
probably
so
still mispronouncing it.
we're so bad. Like they're trying to tell us the pronunciation, but I don't know what KUH is supposed to say.
I know. All right, so I think Steadfast here is talking about grams of carbs, 5 grams
Yeah,
in her eggs.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things, and some people don't realize this, but a lot of things will say zero carbs,
Oh yeah.
but it just has to be less than 1 gram. So if it's
Yeah.
a half a gram of carb, it's listed as zero, but it
Yeah.
actually is a half gram. And if you have 4 servings, that's 2 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
So
But won't it spike? Oh, it won't.
yeah,
Did we read that? Oh
I
yeah, I'm
like
back.
this
I'm
from
sorry.
Rick. No one ever knew how many carbohydrates a person needs and how many are too much.
Yeah.
Back before we even knew what a carbohydrate was, we just ate, right? We just
Yeah.
instinctively ate.
If we couldn't get the meat, we had to.
Yeah.
Well, you watch
Let's
the little
see.
kitty cats. I mean,
Policy.
they prefer meat. We give them meat, our newest cats. But yeah, I mean, every so often, if a piece of bread falls, they'll eat it. Holly, hi. What are you reading?
I'm just trying to find something I want to bring up. I don't know. I'm just trying to catch up on comments.
Yes, kefir. See, now Smoothie understands our
Smoothie.
intellect and
Kefir.
pronunciate. We could say kefir. I didn't
Kefir.
understand the
So that's how you say it. Hmm.
kefir. And I'm
Hmm.
sure the proper pronunciation is still not that, although it's spelled it
Yeah, I don't
better.
know.
If I eat a piece of fruit, but you have to read them for me because I only have one eye.
If I eat a piece of fruit, it caused my blood sugar to drop in an hour or so. Did it spike and then drop? Maybe.
I don't know if he
I don't
means
know.
go back to normal quickly. He
Hmm.
might mean like my it will go up, but then it goes back to normal, which just shows he's just rock solid on his insulin and his glucose. That's what you want. If you have a piece of fruit, it goes up, clears out, and then you go back to steady. Where the problem is with insulin resistant, all that other nonsense, you go up, you go, and then you're hungry again.
Hmm.
Do you know what they fed? So at the hospital, the heart hospital. Hi, Amy. They have heart healthy breakfast, right? Heart healthy diet. And there was an intervention in my family, and before I got to the hospital, I was told, and emailed, "Do not talk diet. Do not talk carnivore" to my daughter, the one that was in the hospital. Just back off. I was first hurt a little bit, but I'm like, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay. I don't wanna cause trouble. So, I did well, but, the breakfast, even she was laughing. It was a box of Cheerios and pancakes, and I can't believe it's not butter. Even I was shocked. I was like, "Seriously?" So, but she's even though she doesn't eat carnivore or keto, she's like, "I'll take the box home." I'm like, "Why?" And, she goes, "It's like a souvenir, mom." I went to I go, "Oh my god, it's like the Heart Healthy." They gave her Cheerios. Oh, I
Mm.
did intervene once. Um, Not with diet, but the actual cardiologist, not hers, another one, was talking about some tests, and she was asking questions, "What test?" And, she mentioned glucose. And I said, "Okay." I go, "Do you test her A1C and fasting insulin, right?" She goes, "No, her glucose has been pretty good, running about 90." And I actually said to the cardiologist, I go, "Maybe it's running 90 because her insulin is way high, trying to keep that glucose level at her age." And I it just came out, and the doctor just looked at me, not meanly, just very confused. Like, what is she talking about? So I said, the doctor left. I said, "Nicole, can you just," oh, I said her name. I should, I call her Coco. I said, "Coco, please just get this checked. Just write it down on your own." Um, because the way, outside of the hospital in general before this, it's clearly she's insulin resistant. She's always that hungry. She has a lot of stored body fat. Her hypoglycemia. I mean, she has all the signs. And I'm really very curious what her A1C is, because you could be pre-diabetic 10 years before, but the doctors, you guys know this. I'm preaching to the choir. They go, "Oh, your fasting glucose is 90 or 100 or 110." We don't. They won't do another test. You're fine. It doesn't matter if your insulin is at 7, keeping that glucose down until it gives up.
Mm.
Are we still on kefir?
Yeah,
Kefir?
we're still talking about it. Here's the official pronunciation: kafir, right? Kafir, kafir, kafir. Say it really fast. Kafir,
Oh, is that how we
kafir,
pronounce Kiefer Sutherland? Or is that how we spell?
kaf.
So
K-
confused.
k-
I thought it's Kiefer,
I think that's kafir.
Keifr. So is Kiefer Sutherland Kefir?
Accent on
Sharon, you're
second
trying to embarrass me,
syllable.
because now I'll be telling everybody it's not Kiefer Sutherland, it's Kefir Sutherland. And then they'll be
Kafir
laughing at
Sutherland.
me. And Sharon will be like, Juliet's calling him Kefir. So, is he still alive? Yeah, I think so. He's just old. I think he's my age.
Kafir Sutherland. He's your age. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, isn't he old like me? He's in his 60s, right? He's not dead,
I guess
right?
he's older than me. I think he's got to be older than me. I'm 52, so yeah,
Yeah, no, he's more my age.
probably.
I'm 62.
Okay.
And who was his dad?
Kafir. His dad, Donald, right? Donald Sutherland.
I don't mean to laugh.
I wonder if they drink kefir.
Who names their kid?
Oh, it went
All
off the
right.
rails.
No, I just think it's funny, like that Sharon accent on second syllable. But I don't know, Sharon. Are you talking about kefir or kefir? Kefir.
Well, Jerry says emphasis on the second syllable too.
Yeah, but I can't do that. It's like then I sound like
Kefir.
I have Tourette's. I'm like kefir. Like I have to go fear.
I don't know.
I need an answer. I think Jerry
Kafir
just
Sutherland has great gut health, though. Uh,
okay. We'll go with that.
I'm gonna
Hi,
start
Kelly.
saying,
Yeah, I want to hear. You
um,
know who I want to be on live is Kelly, my buddy Kelly from down the road, pronouncing kefir, kefir, that drink. the
How
fermented
does he
drink.
pronounce?
Well, I don't know how I pronounce it, but he's from Missouri, like my husband, but he has a much stronger accent, which is really sweet than my husband.
Hmm.
Did you ever hear Kelly's accent? Has Kelly been on? Have him on. It's really
No,
funny.
I've
Him and
watched some of
Cece.
his videos though.
Yeah,
I've seen some of his
he has a
videos.
real heavy Missouri. He might even say Missouri. He has a real heavy, which it sounds like my husband's relative, but Doug left for the military at a young age. So like he was 17 and lived like all over the world and then so he doesn't have as heavy accent as his cousins, but his cousins talk like Kelly. I'm used to it now after 30 years, but I used to sit there like I don't know what your people are saying, but I had the really strong New Jersey accent for 20, many years. I lost it. And they would look at me like, I don't know what that woman's saying. And she talks so fast. So we just sat there pretending we liked each other and we didn't understand each other. It was fun with his Missouri accent.
Yeah. Oh, it's been one of those live streams. What can I say?
It happens when I go on. So we're having, I love, I kind of like not having that my own channel in the carnivore thing. It gives me, I haven't gotten back to catching up on everybody. And my lame excuse is a truth. I mean, it just threw me for a loop with my daughter, and I'm going back out there again for the surgery. But it's kind of nice to not have to co-stream my channel and promote their channel. And even with, one client was
Mm.
naming all these people, and I'm like, "Do you know Rick, Charge Mopar Rick?" And he's like, "No, I don't know him." So I'll be like, "Oh, you got to watch this show." Telling clients this. I mean, Kilt's clients, through that. So it's kind of fun. So anyway, on John's channel on Sunday, we have Coach Lisa. I think she was just on Thomas's. So I think she was very busy for a long time and now has time. So we're looking forward to seeing her. Amy, where, I seriously laughed the most with you all. I feel like I love Sharon. She is smart, but she has a great sense of humor and she's a smart butt, like a smart, my dad would say a wisecracker. I don't know what that means now. He was born in 1930. I don't know what it means back then. Hopefully, it doesn't mean you're on drugs. I'm not saying you're on drugs, Jared. Oh, I got to show you this. So my husband gave me a very special gift for Mother's Day. It's a very
Okay.
special gift. It's a picture of my dad. Look how dad was in the 70s. I don't know if you could see him with the sunglasses. We lived in New
Mm.
Jersey, so that's the Jersey Shore, right? My dad's a tall
Okay.
man, 6'5". And there's just a wonderful picture with his little girl. And I'm looking at it, and right away I'm like, "That's Aunt Nicole, my sister, hun." And we just laughed because the black sheep that I don't talk to. So for Mother's Day, he gave me a picture of what he thought was me and my dad. I mean, it's my dad and my little sister.
Uh,
And I'm
that's funny.
looking and I go, "She doesn't even have the curly hair." And so we got a kick out of it. And you know what? I love my little sister. I just don't talk to my little sister. But
Mm.
it was a God thing. I'm like, well, maybe time to make up with little sister.
Mm.
I said, okay, did
Yeah.
we lose the crowd, Brian? You've lost the
Huh?
crowd.
I lost.
You got to
Everybody's
up your act
laughing.
a
I don't
little
know.
bit. You lost everybody.
I think they're just laughing at us.
Oh,
Wait a
so
minute.
why a fart
My
smeller?
grandfather used to call me a fart smeller.
A
The
smart
chase to a
fella.
smart fella. Oh my God.
Well, he was.
Thomas.
I wonder if that was in New Jersey. Well, Grandpa wasn't from New Jersey, was he, Tom? You guys moved there later. Yeah, same thing, East Coast. Yeah, there were so many like sayings people don't say anymore. And when I say them, sometimes people will like, I haven't heard that in 30 years. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm old.
Mm.
Oh, Sharon's husband says that.
Oh, Cynthia's doing exercise again. My
Yeah.
program gave me loads of planks, 3 different variables for a total of 9 minutes. I had problems lifting my arms for the burpees. Wow. She's
You know
doing
what
burpees too.
I was
Those are
telling
hard.
Amy, burpees are hard. I was telling Amy, I'm not in great shape lately, haven't been working out, but the only thing I could do like all the time, like that's easy for me, is planks. And I do them correctly, believe it or not. Isn't that weird? Like
Hmm.
it's just everybody maybe has their one thing. And for some reason that's mine. And we used to have contests at the gym, not that many at the boot camp. And I would literally sit there all day doing planks. I'm like, do, do, do. And the coach would hit my back or I could still do it forever. Anything else, I'm a
Hmm.
loser. Like we had to do wall squats. I was the first. Yeah, who could do the longest and no. So I'm not bragging. Everything else sucks. But for some reason, planks, I don't know. They were just fun. Maybe because I felt like at least I was on the ground and not standing, and maybe because I'm lightweight too. Maybe that's part of it.
Hmm.
I get to
Could
be
be.
on the ground, not lifting a ton of weight. So I took a nap. Yeah, that burpees suck. I suck at burpees. There's no smooth. I ever see people doing really smooth, and I'm like awkward. Soder. The R Was your grandpa from Jersey City area by chance? My dad spoke like that, born and raised in Jersey City. So instead of soda, it was soda. Instead of idea, it was idea. They added the R. It's real Newark, Jersey City, that area. Even though I grew
Hmm.
up in northern Jersey, my mom came from Pennsylvania and was determined to have us speak correctly. She was the grammar police, and she didn't want us to speak with the way my dad spoke. And yeah, he said he had that really thick New Jersey. So yep, he said soda, and that's a great idea.
Idea.
What? Baltimore?
So
Hmm.
I can't even imagine Sophia or Cynthia doing planks with her dog on. That's got to be
That's kind of
really, really
cute.
hard.
That's kind of cute, though. That's so cute. I do you have a channel that you video? Philly. We go down to the shore. Yeah, yeah, it's down the shore. Are you from Philly? I'm flying into Ben Salem. That's where my corporate office is. Where I call it my paying job. I got to stop saying that because I get paid now for coaching. Where my day job is in Ben Salem. Even when I go to New Jersey, my mom lives in Barnegat, New Jersey, down the shore, and I fly into Philly because I do love Philly. Oh, Newark, yeah, I lived in the Ironbound section of Newark for many, many years, so that's where he gets it. It's the Jersey City Newark thing. The Ironbound section in Newark is the Portuguese section, so we grew up on some great food and his mom from Newark. Yep. I lived in Rahway for a long time when we moved out of Jersey City, Thomas. So we lived up there.
So
But like I
Cynthia's
tell,
dog is only 5 pounds, and that's a really good thing because
oh,
I was picturing this like 30-pound dog on her back.
Pomeranian. Oh no, 5 pound is cute. Oh, you do. Kathy knows where Ben Salem is. Okay, and
Yeah.
Kathy, my sister lives in Easton, so every time my work pays for a trip, I fly to Philly, I drive to Easton, um, back to Bensalem, back to Easton. So a lot of family in Easton. I grew up in Mahonai City in the summer with my grandma and relatives, and the Mahonai Cities by Hazelton, things like that. And then mom's down in the yeah. We don't go to the beach. We go down the shore. You go down the shore. It's the shore. And then I moved right to California after New Jersey, and it's not down the shore. I would be like saying down the shore, and people would it's a different language. They would laugh at me. It's kind of fun. Oh, the Kmart. Yeah, that's gone, long gone. Isn't it long
Yeah.
gone?
I think Kmart is gone. I think so.
I thought I might have saw one. Oh, Kathy, you lived in Easton too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my my sister and her kids and her grandkids and her husband, they all live in Easton. I love Easton. I love it there. It's probably just because I miss, I live in Missouri. I live in Springfield, Missouri. It's really south. It's 2 hours between Kansas City and St. Louis. It's very small town to me. Not like Kelly though. Kelly's in Higbee or whatever, which is nowhere. Oh, you do have a Kmart, Rick? Yeah, there's a couple around. I thought there was still one in Pennsylvania. And
Hmm.
then you know what Easton has, Kathy? They have the Bacon Fest or whatever they call it every October. Hmm. And Easton has bacon.
Bacon. So they just do bacon?
Well, it's a festival.
So you can just try like different flavors of bacon
Yes.
or
You go,
okay.
yes, it's all kinds of bacon. I'm sure, you know, most of it has bad stuff in it, but
Hmm.
it's still fun. You get jalapeno bacon. It's a bacon. I think it's called Bacon Fest. She might
Hmm.
correct me. Yep, the Crayola Fest. Yes, yeah. My sister doesn't live very far from there. Yep, and
Hmm.
she raises her granddaughter, so they have the pass for that Crayola factory.
Hmm.
Small world. I'm pretty sure Kmart is still going on in Australia. Hmm.
Yeah, so Dustin says.
Hi, Dustin. Did I not say hi? I can't
Interesting.
remember.
Yeah. Candy bacon. That can't be healthy.
Yeah, they have a lot of junky. Um, yeah, I mean, most of it's sugar, but still, it's just fun to be able to. I go out there for an excuse, so any excuse, and then there's the German fest and whatever little occasion I get. Except I don't drink anymore, so it's not as fun.
Hmm.
It's fun. It was
Yeah.
just more fun when you didn't remember it being fun. Could you imagine when I
So did
drank? Ugh.
did you go to meat stock a couple weeks ago? Did you go to that?
No. As a matter of fact, my big news, and it's really the saddest news ever. Doug and I bought our tickets to the Great British Meetup, and we were going June 7th through June 17th with George and Lainey and the whole group. And yeah, I mean, we've been planning. We've had the tickets, we have the hotel, we have everything. But daughter number one is having, the whole heart deal. That surgery is June 11th.
Mm.
That's not going to work out. And of course, I mean, I don't feel bad. Can't like it was the right thing to do. I was like, oh hell no, we're not going. Even if the surgery wasn't that date, even if it was last week, I wasn't going to go. I was like, after you get that call from Arizona that they're shocking your daughter's heart and having no idea what he's talking about, I was like, I cannot be in London at this time. And then my younger daughter with the colitis is having her major surgery. I joke they're competing for who has the worst health issue. So she has colitis, she has an esophagus issue, and she has a hiatal hernia pretty bad. So they're fixing the esophagus issue and the hernia. And her surgery is 2 weeks after the older ones. And hers is in Missouri, the other one's in Arizona. So I was like, yeah, got to heal the daughters. And we keep teasing. I'm like, I thought it was the parents that are supposed to have all these ailments and heart surgeries, and
Right.
they're 28 and 32. So
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah, and the
So
32-year
Rick
old is
says,
go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Rick says Australia Kmart is a totally different company. Hmm.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah. I don't know.
It could be.
I didn't even know they existed at all anymore. So,
Yeah, we had one here in when I lived in Branson. I think it just closed maybe 8 years ago. So I thought it was one of the last ones standing. What time do we end?
mm.
I mean, are like we boring people? I'm having fun, but I don't want to bore people. Juan,
um,
Juan, does
yeah,
he mean Juan?
I'll usually we go somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half. So we're up
Oh,
there.
okay.
We're getting up
I
there.
just want to make sure I'm not boring people. We went to I loved Kmart when I was a teenager. All my girlfriends worked there. And then some stayed to be managers. I just really loved it.
Remember when they had that red light special thing where the light would go off?
Yes. Yes.
I remember that.
And
I was a
then
little kid, but I remember it.
yeah, you're young. I remember like the Bambergers and the Two Guys and all the old stores. I just sound like my grandma now. Oh, but But the best news, okay, here's the best news, right?
Blue
So,
light special. That's what it was. I'm sorry.
oh
I
no,
said
it
red light.
was it
It
red?
was blue light, I think.
Oh,
I
I
think it
trust Rick's
was.
memory. I trust his
Yeah, it's
memory
better
more
than
than
ours.
combined. Um, okay, so here's the deal. My daughter and her husband together forever. Like, I don't know how long. And God, I don't know, 10, 12 years. But there's like no grandchildren. And I don't bring it up. I don't talk about it. I don't ask about it. Da da da. But when the cardio surgeon came, the physio, whatever, the head guy, and there was all four of us there, he said, "Do you plan on getting pregnant anytime soon?" And I'm like, bated breath. And she said, "Yeah, we talked about it in a couple of years." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." But it was a little awkward because it was kind of funny, but a little awkward because he goes, "Until this surgery," she looks right at her, like all across the room at the husband who was standing in the back. He goes, she is not to get pregnant before the surgery. Okay. Not to get pregnant. It's dangerous for her and the baby. And it's like,
Mm,
he's like, okay.
wow.
Okay. So the good news is I may be a grandma one day. It's my only hope. It's my oldest one. My
Well, there
youngest
you
will
go.
never have a relationship. Okay. Kmart in Columbia. Yeah. And we lived in Columbia. I think we talked about that, Kelly, right? We talked about that. We worked at the State Farm when they opened the big building out there. I was pregnant with the baby, who's now 28, the
Hmm.
Missouri gun. Yeah,
I
Columbia's pretty
remember this
nice.
saying, Kmart is the savings place. I remember when they used to say that.
Kmart. Yeah. What was the other one? Bradley's. Was Bradley's out here like everywhere or no? Bradley's was a big one growing up. Kmart. We
That
didn't
doesn't
know
sound
Walmart.
familiar to me.
Yeah, even like when I met my husband in like 1993, he would talk about Walmart and it was something I've heard of, but never
Hmm.
like knew what that like we didn't have them in New Jersey. I'm like, I've heard of it, but I didn't know what that was. No grandchildren. I know. See, I didn't think my older one, I didn't think they want kids. So even afterwards, my husband and I talked about it. He goes, I didn't think they wanted kids. And I said, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be that person that bugs them. But since the doctor asked in front of us, it would be nice if they had one. But yeah, my youngest one definitely will never be in a relationship or have a kid. She said that since she's 5, she would never have kids. So, and she's very happy. No
So,
relationship. No.
Dustin, I
What did he
definitely
say?
remember the ship your pants. Do
No,
you
he did
remember the
not.
ship your pants? You don't remember that ad? I remember
No.
that. You could ship your pants. You don't
Wait,
remember that.
was that in the 90s when I was having babies?
It
That's the
probably
lost
was.
decade. I told my daughters that's my lost decade. I went from being cool, knowing all the top songs to like I don't know what happened for 10 years other than
If I
I
remember correctly, it kind of went like somebody would go, I'm going to go ship my pants.
my God,
So,
I would
yes,
love
I don't know how they got away with that stuff
that
back then.
today.
Oh,
But
God.
they should bring that back. Somebody should steal it. It was like
Oh,
the
he says it was
2000s.
2000s. Yeah. Must have been the early 2000s.
Well, the kids were still grown.
I
That's my
remember
big
it.
excuse. It's the
Yeah.
daughters, the sicko daughters.
Uh, that is funny.
Oh, guys, I'm reading my phone because it's bigger print. In case people are like, "What is Julia doing?" That's so rude. I
Oh,
can't see the print on the screen.
2013. He said it was
No, it
2013. Wow,
was not.
that was
Dustin,
only
you are
13 years
wrong.
ago.
No, you are
Wow.
wrong. I would remember I watched The Real House. I was watching TV back then. Oh, he said he looked it up.
Yeah, it must have been 2013. Wow. I thought it
Well,
was much older than that, but
if
I
AI
remember
told him,
the ad.
yeah,
I
if
remember
AI
the
told
ad.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you use a lot of AI?
Not really.
I
I
use it
don't
for
I
work.
mean, a little bit here and there, but not a lot.
I use it for work to fix my emails. I'm addicted. 'Cause I'm too wordy, like I talk. So,
So if
I mean, that's
that ad
good.
campaign, I'm sorry, I'm changing the subject again, but if that ad campaign was in 2013, would it be safe to say that that's kind
Hmm.
of what what made them fall apart? I mean, they pretty much closed after that, right?
Because they ship their pants. Kmart closes due to shipping their pants. So wait a second. Your premise is, Brian, perhaps the ship your pants was such a bad idea that it just bankrupted them? Is that it? I think it
Oh,
was
he
their
says
last.
it actually revived them, and Rick says they were open until 2022. Were they open until 2022?
See, that's why at first I said I thought there was still a Kmart in Ben Salem, and then I corrected myself. But that's why I was kind of wondering with Kathy, was there one
Wow.
pretty late in Ben Salem area?
I'd have to say it's been at least 10 to 15 years since there's been a Kmart near me. So they closed earlier here.
Yeah, it was 10 years in Branson, so they closed 10 years ago. Because we lived in Branson. We still have a house in Branson. We go visit it
Kmart
some.
was destroyed by, what is that? Dabe from a leveraged buyout? Who's Dabe? Um,
It's a misprint. So let's guess the
maybe.
word. Maybe it's Davy. Maybe it's pronounced Dob,
I don't know.
like Kefir, Da. I'm
Keffer Sutherland? Kiefer Sutherland? Cynthia said that her Kmart closed in
don't get me
2017.
started on keepers.
Dustin said most of the Indiana ones closed 2016 to 2019. So I think it was just all over the place where they kind of
Oh,
debt,
debt.
debt.
Sorry.
There you go.
Don't.
Oh boy.
Okay, we would never be good. What's a game show with words? Like Brian, if you were my partner, maybe it'd be like, what do you call? You have to fill in the letters, whatever. We'd be like, Kiefer.
Yeah,
Nice.
you would. That would be the first word that you would get, in or one of us would get, and then the other we had to try and get the other person to understand what that was. No
It
way.
would be
We'd
awful.
be horrible at it.
We'd fail. It'd be like sounds like Sutherland, and we'd be like, Kiefer. That's the guard. Eddie Lambert. Is that the singer? Oh, that's Adam.
Eddie Lambert.
I don't know Eddie. My dad's name was
Oh,
Eddie.
Eddie Lambert bankrupts Kmart and Sears.
Yeah, Dustin plays so many we play games as a family. Love playing games. Uh, it's
Hmm.
when they're there, when they're when my daughters are together, which is about twice a year. We are the type that play. I'm the only one that doesn't drink. Me and my youngest with the colitis can't have alcohol, and it's almost more fun to watch them make fools of themselves, and then we could cheat and win because they're drunk and they don't know we're cheating. Okay, help me put my create a yeah. I like AI for um, spreadsheets, like crap from work, when
Mm.
our system is so old, and then some leader wants me to define what the cost loss ratio was for that. I'm like, oh, and I stick it in AI, and it comes out in 5 minutes, and I'm like, I look so smart, and then I wait a day to hand it in, and I look like I'm way ahead. And then I figure he must not use AI because he's really impressed. It takes 5 minutes for AI to do that. Crazy how
Okay,
much.
I'm going to change the subject real quick because I forgot I want to talk about this before we end. Um, I got interviewed by Dr. Sean Baker the other day.
You
When was that?
did?
Yeah,
That's pretty
yesterday
great.
actually. It was yesterday.
Were
So
you
it's going to
live?
be on his.
You didn't tell me?
No, no, no. It was an offline interview. So it's going to be on his Dr. Sean Baker podcast channel in like
Oh,
a
the
week or
podcast.
two. He said. Um, but this was my first time actually ever talking to him or anything, and I got to tell you, I did not expect him to be like he was. He was very nice, very
Yeah.
cordial, very like into. my story and asking me questions and stuff, and
Oh,
just did not come across the way I expected because, he's kind of like big doctor, the guy that
yeah,
coined carnivore diet, all
yeah,
these subscribers and stuff like that. And it was very cool.
yeah.
So
I knew
you're gonna
Rick
have to
was
check out his
interviewed by
podcast channel. It's not his
Rick was
normal channel, it's his podcast channel that it'll
is
be
that
on.
through YouTube? Because a lot of people have a podcast, like Lions Danivore, sorry.
Danivore?
So the
Yeah.
podcast is on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Will you
Yep.
put out a community post now that I realize I wasn't subscribed to you under my new channel? A community post, like when it's live or when it's going to be
Mm.
released, so we know?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that
Will you
when it
send
goes
me an
live.
email? Because I may not see it.
Yes, I will.
Will you
Rick
remember?
says he was also interviewed by Dr. Baker. I wonder if this is recently because he's doing a lot of interviews for his
I
podcast
think
right
it
now.
was 2 years ago. And
Okay.
Chafee, Ken Berry doesn't do it. I think Ken only interviews doctors these days.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, look at Dustin. Lives are set up like podcasts, so you can find them on YouTube.
Yeah, my live streams are too. This is actually a podcast, so
Hi,
they should
Sandy.
be able to see this that way too.
Oh, Rick. I
Oh, it
like
was over 2
Ken.
years ago.
I like Ken though. Rick. Rick and I agree on so much. It's amazing. But Dr. Barry
a,
is great.
a lot of people come to Carnivore though because of
Yeah.
watching Dr.
Yeah,
Kimberly.
I know
He
Mitch says, I
got
don't
a
see what
lot of subscribers, a lot,
he's like,
he
he
reaches
says
a
the
lot of
same old
people.
thing. And what the niche he's captured is the brand new. So like when you watch him, you're like, okay. But when you think about it, these brand new people, like me, when I said brand new off the street, Baker was bigger as far as getting more out there. So it was, I'd watch Baker and think, no, but it was Dr. Barry who just is, it's just, the basics, just real basic, no real science, just basic stuff. That's what brought me.
Mm,
Ah, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But he is really good for but back then he
yeah.
was on like a lot more like I think now, what Rick's saying is, now you pay the monthly fee and then you have to watch them on Zoom and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it seems like as people get a bigger following, that's what they tend to do. So,
I think part of it, I can't speak for him. Yeah, part of it is, I'm sure, to make money. I mean, yeah, but part of it is YouTube blocks channels. I don't believe they're after carnivores. I'm sorry. I'm not in that camp, guys. I don't believe there's a little YouTube bot that says, no, I'm not pushing out carnivore stuff. Uh, but yeah, well, somebody was asking me today about, let me say the word, I'll say the word, peptides. And I was telling them how I got in trouble. I had to go to YouTube school and my video was brought down and everything because I talked about specific ones not in this country, which I'm not doing here. But I think some people go to a different platform to talk more freely, especially the carnivore people, because there's so much you can't say.
yeah. I think so, if you talk to just people in general that do YouTube, they all kind of feel that their videos aren't getting the views that they were getting before, and I think
It's all
that it's
niches,
just
though.
people
That's
moving away from it. Yeah,
yes.
it's not just carnivore, it's all niches,
Right.
like you said.
I was shocked by the channels that were been taken down, um, amazed, but yeah, I guess that should be my better point. It's they're not out for carnivore people and I guess some people want to believe that because they're I want to believe it because I'm not doing good. I only have a few subs and nobody watches my videos, and it'd be nice to believe that, but it's just not the truth. They just go through and whatever their algorithm, whatever their AI, you almost give up trying to figure it out. I mean, Rick of all people knows. I mean, he is, it just who knows what they do, but I don't think they're against us directly.
Yeah.
They are,
I
yeah,
think
they're not showing a lot.
YouTube is trying to do a lot of promotion of shorts to compete with like
I
TikTok and
know,
stuff like that. And I
I
just don't
know.
get into doing the shorts. I've done some in the past, but that's not my thing. I'm
I
not
don't
good at
like
doing
doing
shorts.
shorts. I love my videos. I love doing videos, but the videos will not be pushed out because you could tell by impression. If you're guys, if you're not a creator, you know how many people YouTube pushes your videos to. It tells you right there. It's very clear. They're very clear. So if it says 70 impressions, that means YouTube pushed me out to 70 random people, not
Mm,
subscribed to me. So if two of them watch, that's not enough and they will stop pushing it out because they'll that
yeah.
the AI goes, well, not enough are interested if only 2 out of 70 watched. But then you read in AI that, well, YouTube doesn't know your channel yet since you're only whatever I was 4 weeks old, now I'm 8 weeks old. And I'm like, so is it my fault that they're pushing them out to prize fighter males that are under 20? Like who like, you're just at their mercy. I was like, "How do I know they pushed it out to the right crowd?" And AI is like, "You don't know." "Oh, should I know this?" It makes me
Yeah.
feel bad when somebody doesn't look at yeah, talk about this one. Reed Dustin's one of his shorts got
Yeah.
2.2 million views. Is that not crazy?
Mm, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have a couple of shorts that have done really well, but I think the one that I've had that had the most is like maybe 200,000 views,
Oh my
but that
god.
had like a bunch of subs too. But the problem is those subs
They don't
don't
watch.
watch any of my other content.
No.
So it doesn't help.
And I know that that's what destroyed my other channel. I mean, Rick's meeting Rick Rodriguez was over 20,000 views. And I got, 800 subs or something crazy. Well, then they find out my channel's about carnivore. So my shorts now are strictly, I'm like, women over 40, like I can't deviate. I don't like doing shorts, but they're the only things that are giving me the views and the only thing that Facebook,
Mm,
I mean, YouTube will push out. So I do them because it pushes them out so I could get some subs because otherwise they're not pushing out my videos. And I'm not saying my videos are great and push out worthy at all, but it gets discouraging when you're like, they sent it to 70 people.
yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of like Rick here. I don't get a lot of views on mine, and I'm fine with that. I mean,
Oh
it is what
yeah,
it
I
is.
don't.
I've been trying to do I kind of go in these streaks where I kind of do some short videos for TikTok and I'll do like for a few weeks and then I won't do anything for a while because I get frustrated with it because I don't get very many views and then I go back to it. So I'm trying to get back to doing some TikTok videos again, but um I don't know. It's just it's hard doing the short videos. I don't know. For
Yeah,
me at
see,
least.
Justin's right. I do meaningful shorts. I try to say women over 40 and then give a three quick tips. I keep it under 22 seconds and I'm out of there. So, but yeah, I get excited when I get 1,000
Yeah.
views.
Yeah, I agree with Rick here. He does have really
Mhm.
great participation for the number of subscribers he has. His subscribers are very loyal.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm yeah, I don't do TikTok or Insta. I'll tell you a secret. Insta is actually Alia. I gave her my I gave her my passwords. So you see all this Dr. Kill stuff up there. I was like, could you run my Insta? Just stick Dr. Kills up there. She's a good friend, and I work with them on that kilts. So if I'm not saying hi on Insta, it's because I don't go on Insta. Just I think it's all Dr. Kilts up there. She just posts up there, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. So Rick,
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I agree that shorts can be very valuable. Like if I have something specific I'm looking for, a lot of times you find it in a short, right? Some kind of information I'm looking for. Um, the biggest problem I see, and other people that I've talked to see the same thing, is that if you do shorts on channel that you also do long form, it tends to mess with the algorithm for your
Yes,
long form videos.
I have proof of
That's the
that.
biggest problem I see.
And AI
So it's
told
almost
me
like you need a separate channel just for shorts.
people have done that too. They used to have separate channels for shorts, didn't they? Was that or unless people decided. I noticed
Mm,
I found out very, very, very quickly, just a newbie mistake when with my new channel because I decided to learn how to edit with this new channel and do a better job. So I had to learn a lot of things, but I noticed, dumb me, I put up a short at 7 a.m., scheduled a short, whatever, and then a video at 9. They do not push it out at all. They said you messed with the algorithm by scheduling a short and 2 hours later a long. And yeah, it's
yeah.
like, yeah, you don't do that. You just screw the algorithm and it doesn't know that video exists. Now, I think if I had that channel for a year or two, it wouldn't be a problem, but I did it at week 3. Yeah, they
Mm,
are for different audiences for sure. So I kind of still do the shorts, just hoping to get more viewers. And I do. My shorts come, I get the subs from the shorts. Um, it's a catch 22. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe I'll have one go to a
Yeah.
million.
What's interesting when I look at my analytics is most of the people that watch my lives also watch my long form.
Hmm.
Um, but I get people that watch long form that don't watch lives, and then shorts just seem to be completely different. And
Okay,
those
how do
people
you know
don't
who
tend to
watches
watch
your
either of the other.
live? Because
Um,
lately, like, I don't know if I post I have watched your lives, like, the last 2 weeks. I have a thing being a coach, like, I wanna get off electronics, blah, blah, blah. So I'll by 8, it's 8:30 my time. I'll put you on and listen, but I don't post. So how do you know I'm on your live? Hmm?
so I don't know exactly who the person is, but in
Oh,
your analytics for your channel, you can see who watches long
oh,
form, who watches shorts, who watches
uh,
live streams, that kind of stuff.
oh, okay.
Um, so
I don't do lives
there's
anymore.
ways to see
Yeah,
like I don't remember. I have to look at it again, but because you can actually see more off of a laptop in your
I know.
what is it studio than you can on a phone. But
Yes.
there are certain settings that you can go into that will tell you if a subscriber watches one,
Oh.
two, or all three of those.
Oh. I'll find it or I'll AI how to do it, but I'm not doing lives on my new channel at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight off trolls.
Wow, we've been over an hour and a half.
You
We
talk
should
way too
probably
much, Brian. You
I
talk
know.
way too much.
We should probably cut it
You're out
off.
of control.
Um, but I do want to say real quick, next Wednesday I will have Dan from Lions Danivore podcast
Oh,
on
yay.
with me. It's funny because
Yay.
you brought him up earlier. He'll be on with me next Wednesday. So I will be
Oh,
back next
good.
Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So Coach Edens, anything you want to say to kind of close us out tonight?
Bye. I'm kidding. He's looking at me like, yeah, no. I have no wise words. I have
No,
learned. Kiefer, Kiefer Sutherland. I've been
Kefir
pronouncing
Sutherland.
your name incorrectly. I've been saying Kiefer Sutherland, but I've been corrected, and I want to deeply. If I'm sure you're watching. I mean, Kiefer and family. I'm sure you're watching Brian's show tonight, and I do apologize. And it will be Kiefer Sutherland from now on. You got it. Can I come back again one day? I love
Yes.
your channel. It's fun.
Oh,
But I
thank you.
love watching your guests too. You have great guests. I love watching Rick, and Dan's going to be great too.
Yeah.
No, that's
All
all I have.
right.
Could we be
Okay.
done now? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close it out then. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you again next Wednesday evening.
Bye. I'll be watching you too.